What's going on, guys? It's Faded. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing awesome as always, and it's time for the video that I've put off for the longest time, the long-awaited classes and settings video. With that said, let's get into it. Didn't want to keep this video too long, so I'm just going to briefly run through every gun that's in my classes. I won't touch too much on the attachments, but if you guys want to, you can pause the video on the guns that you want, and I also have them all listed in the description with their attachments and a brief explanation as to why I picked the attachments that I did. You'll also notice that a majority of my classes have a knife as a secondary, with that being for movement, and with all of my classes also having specialist, because I don't like to run kill streaks. I prefer to get regular gun kills and just earn perks as my kill streaks. So I run double time, hardline, and amped as my base perks, and with the specialist ones, I've got quick fix, EOD, and high alert as well. So with hardline, the cool thing about that is your first kill immediately kicks in specialist. And I have that as quick fix for that reason. So the first gunfight you get into, immediately upon killing that guy, you're going to get the heal instantly from quick fix. And that's what is probably the coolest part about having quick fix on your specialist, in my opinion. As far as lethals and tacticals go, my tactical is a stim, keeps you moving, keeps your movement speed up, refreshes your tac sprint. As far as lethals go, I always run Semtex, with the exception of my sniper builds. Those have throwing knives. Again, like I said, you don't have to copy me exactly. This is just personal preference. This is what I use. You guys might be different. You guys might prefer a different weapon, different attachment. More power to you. This is just what I use. By no means is this, oh, go switch all your classes right now. This is just purely a recommendation and a showcase of the guns and the movement and settings that I've used to get as good at this game as I have. Alright, this next part here, we're going to jump into my in-game settings. This is probably the part of the video where I would highly advise you not to copy everything verbatim, because we're all on different platforms, we use different inputs, especially when we get into stuff like audio. That's going to be very important. We all wear different headphones, headsets. I almost said headfets. But anyway, we're going to jump straight into the settings here. Jumping into controller, I play on a Power A wired controller with paddles built in. Dead zones, so do you guys ever have a controller that suffers from stick drift where you set it down and it starts to have a mind of its own? You want to change those dead zone settings, and basically what you want to do is you want to set them as low as possible to the point where they're not moving when you set it down on their own. As far as like movement goes, I have automatic tac sprint turned on so I don't break my left stick completely. That way when I move, I just immediately go straight into a sprint. I don't have to click anything. The only downside is that I can't start tac sprinting from a crouch position. I have to stand first and then I can sprint. If anyone has a setting that can easily remedy that, I would appreciate you sending that to me. For graphics, all this is virtually unchanged. Interface, I turn subtitles on because I keep the dialogue volume low, which is going to be a major factor in what this next tab is here, which is audio settings. Do not copy any of this. This is just what I use. I have a pair of Turtle Beach Recon 70 headphones, and these are the settings that work best for me when it comes to hearing footstep audio, gunshots, and all that stuff. Like I said, having subtitles on because I keep the dialogue volume down. I don't care for in-game callouts, especially if I can just see them pop up at the bottom of the screen when a character says it. Voice chat, I kept all those settings the same. Or tracks, turned them off, they're annoying. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this next section here, we're getting into movement. So I know you guys see all those TikToks of like movement kings, you know, slide canceling everywhere, breaking people's cameras. As much as people hate it, this is the new age of COD. This is the new norm. You guys are going to have to adapt. The easiest way I say to learn it is to go into a match with bots, put them on veteran, get as close as you can to them mimicking online players. I know it's not going to be a complete one-to-one recreation, but it gets pretty close. You just got to practice doing slide canceling and B-hopping. For those who don't know how to slide cancel, basically what you do is you double tap your slide button and then press your jump. It's going to take a while to get used to. You're going to have to go into a private match, like I said. Just play an empty speedball game by yourself like I'm doing right here. Just practice, practice, practice. That's all you can do. It's going to sound corny as shit, but you got to be dedicated to this game if you really want to get better at it. Back in the day, I used to play veteran campaign all the time. I used to rage and throw my controller, but all that paid off in the end. And look at me now. That was so stupid. But anyways, guys, this was just a quick run through of my settings. any tips I could give you. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share with a friend because it really helps out the channel a lot. And be sure to join the Discord server, link in the description. Take care, guys.